This is Stefan Doerr, a wildfire scientist. I spoke to him earlier this year about how various factors, including climate change, are impacting wildfires globally.
Let's start from the conundrum. Still, we have an overall reduction in global area burn, but that's almost exclusively driven by a reduction in grassland fires, and this is almost entirely due to human activity. But in forest areas around the world, from the tropics to the boreal areas, we're seeing generally, apart from some exceptions, an increase in the severity of those fires, as well as the area burned, as well as the frequency, so the recurrence interval, how rapidly they are having fires again in the same area. And all of this has big implications in terms of climate change, because we are emitting more carbon to the atmosphere from those areas where we see an increase, and the recovery of that carbon takes longer than it has in the past. So we basically have a net contribution to climate change from those fires.
So to summarise, grassland fires, which make up around 75% of fires globally, are decreasing due to fragmentation of grassland areas and human management. These tend to be low impact and burn vegetation that's already dead. It usually regrows the following year. Now, forest fires are, on the other hand, getting worse. Management can affect them, and so can climate. While forest fires in some parts of the world are normal, what isn't normal is the increase in fire season length. The places where fires are happening more frequently, the drying of vegetation in hotter temperatures, and how intense these fires are becoming. The places we're starting to see the most obvious role of climate is in boreal forests of the far north and also in tropical forests. As fires become more intense, the amount of time it takes for the forest to recover becomes longer, and this can be a big issue for climate. The reason being that if a forest hasn't recovered, it can't take in as much carbon dioxide.
If you look at the globe, where there is a decrease in fire season length with an increase, we try to plot the decrease in blue, and there's essentially no blue. It's essentially everywhere is an increase in fire season length. Almost everywhere is an increase in fire season severity. So from a climatic perspective, it's absolutely clear cut, right? So this is probably the most straightforward and dramatic message we have from climate change, is that the fire weather, and basically with that, the fire season length and the extremity of the fire weather, is increasing essentially across the globe, and especially in those northern latitudes, the high northern latitudes, where we had this dramatic increase in temperature.
Hopefully you learnt as much as I did. Thanks for listening.